Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So sorry I haven't uploaded in about 7 months. I've been busy with my main channel and uni and just life things and dealing with medical issues and whatnot. But anyway, so today I'm bringing you a 1.17 kiosk demo. Now if you don't know what a kiosk demo is, a kiosk demo is pretty much a CD that's put into a console, and then the console's put into like a case in a store or something, and you can play on the console for a bit before buying the console or game that you want to get. Now these kiosk demos are everywhere. They're still being played today, like you have the Xbox One and PS4 that are being used with their like kiosk demos and stuff like that. Most of the time it's now online downloads that you can get, like kiosk demos that you can download that the stores can get, instead of CDs, which we're doing. Obviously I'm playing a PS1 emulator, so it's going to be a PS1 kiosk demo. And this kiosk demo we have Disney's Pixar's Monsters Inc., MFL Game Day 2002, Sesame Street Sports, Sheep Raider, Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro, X-Men Mutant Academy 2, Twisted Metal Small Brawl, and Disney's Atlantis The Lost Empire. Now, I'm going to be playing Disney's Pixar's Monsters Inc. What I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be going through these demos and then comparing them to the retail counterparts that they had when they were actually released. Now, I've been looking through Disney's Pixar's Monsters Inc. and I can tell you for a fact that there's a lot of graphical changes in this game. So that's what we're going to be playing today. Now, I will try and list as many differences as I can. If I miss some, I'll put them up on splash screens. I will put splash screens up and whatnot of differences. But yeah, another problem that we're going to have is actually in the game we do have a limited set amount of time to actually get through some of the levels, because, well, the tutorial level and then the first level, because there is a set time that you can play before it goes back to this main menu. One thing I do want to point out first, which is actually a difference, is the Disney's Interactive logo is different. I'll show that in a splash screen. Like I said, I'll show everything in splash screens and all that. I won't be like this is different, that's different. I will point out the differences, but I won't lag on so much like I did in my other videos. So anyway, let's get on to it. Okay, I can pause the emulator, but the problem is that it repeats the sound that is on. But anyway, so the Sony Computer Entertainment America Presents is still the same. I don't think that appears in the retail. I'm not quite sure. Now this is different. The Disney's Interactive logo is different in the retail. Let me just pause it quickly. It's going to start doing that when you pause it, and I'll show a splash screen of the actual retail. There you go. It's very laggy in this one. I think that's why they stopped using that one, I think. And then you have Pixar's Animation Studios, and that's different in the retail, because you actually have the little lamp jumping and then hitting on the eye and then obviously becoming the eye. That's different in the retail, so that's a big difference there actually. So I think it was just after they changed it to that, I believe. Maybe the A2M logo is still the same, no differences there. But there is one thing that is different, and that is basically in the retail version, after the A2M logo has appeared, you would have a cutscene of the actual Monsters Inc. movie that was coming out. But obviously that wasn't in this demo. But anyway, so we have the main menu that's about to appear. You can press start. The press start bit is a bit messed up, as you can see, because there's supposed to be a capital P. I'll be showing splash screens again. Nothing's different with the main menu, as I can tell. Nothing's different at all, but so let's get into it. You'll see the main differences with this. Anyway, so what I want to point out is that the sun is different, the M is different, the building is slightly different. There's something that I also want to point out is there will be a lot of polygon issues in this demo as well, which is very strange actually. They fixed a lot of that in the retail version. So I'll be showing I'll be showing splash screens of the building and the M and the sun. It might be a little bit too low. Let me turn up a little bit. There you go.
I'm too nervous.
The dialogue between Sully and Mike Wazowski is the same. but there is a little bit of dialogue that is different when we come to the receptionist, and I'll explain that when we actually get to the part.
It took them a whole semester to rebuild the door.
Didn't I say not to remind me? Okay, you're right. It's no big deal. It's only one of the most respected companies in all of Monstrosity.
You'll see it a lot in companies where they make games, and the last thing they'll do is I'll show a splash screen of the building here as well. They'll change the graphics at the very end of the development. Okay, so one thing I do want to point out is that the room that they're standing in is different. In the retail version, there's a lot of plants everywhere. The lighting is different. The keyboard is actually an actual keyboard in the retail version, and the lighting from the computer is different as well. One thing, if I pause it here, sorry about the repeating sounds. Basically, the walkway that would be behind them in the retail version is actually not there in the demo, funny enough. Oh shit, sorry. Press spacebar instead.
Oh, here we go. Sullivan, James P. and Mike Wazowski. You two have been enlisted in this training course because of your potential to become a top scare producing team. While you are here, the two of you will work together to complete a total of 15 trials.
So as this is going, I'm going to be showing splash screens.
Them all successfully, you will earn yourself.
As you can see, the lighting from the PC is not actually correct in the demo. You'll see that in the splash screen. This demo was very rushed, I can tell you that right now.
Welcome to Monster Academy.
Now, one thing I do want to point out is that when she says welcome to Monsters Academy, in the retail version she just says welcome. Which is very strange actually. I don't know why they cut it down in the retail version. It might have accidentally forgot it, I'm not quite sure. Okay, so this is going to be different. Wow. Okay, so in the retail version, like you had the eye on the menu next to what you were selecting, you don't have that in the demo, funny enough. So we're going to be Mike. Hopefully we can get through it and get to the first level before the demo ends, because there's quite a few differences I want to get through. Okay, so I will be posting splash screens of the rooms that I'm going into. The palette of this room, or this dungeon, or this level in the retail version is a lot more different. It's a lot more lighter and a lot more bright compared to the demo here. There's a few things that are different from the demo to the retail. When you have these dialogue boxes, the inspector's the one that's talking to you about it, and in this one part here in the retail version you actually see Mike jumping by himself and not you.
Amazing.
But in demo version you just do it yourself. Also in the retail version there are mailboxes everywhere, and in the demo version you don't see them until the very end of this level. So I will be posting splash screens, taking screenshots and whatnot. You will hear me spam the fucking X button and the square button, because this game is very repetitive with button smashing. So the color palettes for the level is very, very different. We won't be going through the dialogue and checking it out, because from what I can tell the dialogue's the same, but in the retail version you actually have the inspector, or whatever her name is, I've got a name, actually talking you through the dialogue. Now I do have that thing up in the top left hand corner if you've just noticed that, just to keep an eye on my frame rate. Okay, so this is one of the big differences in the game. It's nothing game breaking or game changing. None of the changes in this game compared to the retail are game changing. It's mostly graphical. Anyway, so you see this bag of calories here. Now funny enough, right, in the retail version the bag of calories has like a black bag instead with like a yellow splash around it. I'll be showing a screenshot of that. So yeah, that's kind of funny actually. There's a lot of graphical changes with the assets and whatnot and all that stuff, but this token is the same. Token's completely fine. Now this is one of the big changes in this level actually. In this level the room's actually red, and the boxes here are actually grey in the retail version. I think it's because to make them look like steel instead of just making them look like wood, because it kind of would make sense.
Fantastic.
I have noticed though, that a lot of the games, like adventure games, have a lot of differences to retail, and I'll show you that later on because we're going to be doing Spyro in this series. This is going to be the kiosk series I'm planning ahead. Anyway, so the Florium fluid, whatever it's called, the fluid anyway, the bottles, or the capsules, they're a lot more green on the top. Look, as you can see, they have a little bit of greyness and blackness. In the retail version, they're actually a lot more greener. It's the same with the red ones as well. The red ones are also a lot more red on top as well. You'll see that when I get to the red ones. To be fair, I haven't actually seen anyone compare any differences between Monsters Inc. actually with retail and beta. So this is one of the nerves here. In the retail version, there'd actually be a cutscene of this kid, and then you'd actually then scare him, and then it would go through the dialogue, and then you'd scare him. I'll say it again pretty much. There's supposed to be mailboxes everywhere to show you what to do. One of the small differences you'll find in the retail version and beta as well is that the kid's head is actually disconnected in the beta version, but in the retail version the head is more connected. Why they did that, I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's just due to the fact that it was a little bit gruesome, so they might have changed it like that. Disney does a lot of changes with their games, especially when it's in development and then into like retail. So here we have the red ones. Like I said before, the green ones were a lot more grey on the top. Same with the red ones, they're a lot more red-like on the top. So I'll be showing a splash screen of that. I love Mike's fucking scare sounds, they're fucking great. Okay, so yeah, so pretty much whilst I'm playing through these levels, I'll just show some splash screens of the rooms. You'll see that there's a lot of differences.
Booga, 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 booga.
Now, from far as what I can tell, besides the death animation change, or just the way they lie when they're dead, the nerves, they're no different at all compared to the retail version from what I can tell. There might be some slight palette changes for what they look like, so maybe they're looking a little bit more nicer. But besides that, they look completely normal. Like I said before, there's no gameplay changes at all. It's all
Not bad for a guy with one eye. Amazing.
It's all graphical changes. Anyway, so the medals that you'd also get in this game are also slightly different as well. In the retail version, their colours are changed. It's weird because in the retail version, the gold medal you get looks a bit more... Well, the gold medal you get in the retail version looks like the bronze one, funny enough, from the demo, which is very strange. Oh, shit. I'm going the wrong way. No, I'm not. Okay, cool. This room's different as well, from what I can tell, which is very strange. Well, not very strange, is it? It's just normal. It's normal development, pretty much. Fuck you, kid. Let's get the fuck out of you in a bit. Yeah. Also coming up on this channel as well is Medieval. If you haven't played Medieval, it's a very good fucking adventure game. It's a fucking great adventure game. There's a lot of differences. I have a prototype, I have a beta, and then I have a demo, which is very different from the actual game. It's loads, and I'll be doing a series on that as well, the Medieval series. Okay, so we're coming across to the end of the level. Let me just scare these nerves. A lot of button smashing. A lot of button smashing.
guy with one eye.
So there you go. See, there's a mailbox. Now, he says you can see these throughout the island. And yes, that's true. There is supposed to be a mailbox here as well, and it stops you from, you know, from advancing forward, and then it says to look. So, also there's one thing as well, is that polygon issues in the demo. There's a lot of these. You'll see them a lot. It's very, 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 it's very, very weird. Now one thing, let me just pause this very quickly. Another thing I want to say is that in the retail version, all the cutscenes are there, but in the demo there are no cutscenes whatsoever. I think it's cut down on time pretty much and cut down on a bit of memory, but after you would have completed this level in the retail version, you would have actually seen a cutscene of where there's a spider and you have Sully and Mike Wazowski. You don't actually have that in the demo version, which kind of does make sense. Anyway, so let's have a look around the island quickly before we actually get onto the only level you can play. One of the things I do want to point out is that the sun is different. This is different as well. In the retail version, the monster actually doesn't have an eye, funny enough. I don't know why they would change that, but it's very strange. Let's have a look at the building very quickly, and the M. So as you can see, there's the M up there. That's different. It's actually coloured blue, I believe, and the building's slightly coloured blue as well. Also, in the retail version, there's a lot more sounds around on this level. I'll be posting a video of what the sounds actually look like. Well, yeah, a little video clip. You hear like cars and planes and helicopters going by and whatnot. Anyway, so let's get into the first level. Okay, so the names for the levels are different as well. I think this is called Downtown. That's called the Marketplace. This is called, I don't know what that's called, but I think that's called the Park. I think I will post splash screens of each and every one. Hopefully, anyway. Hope I do anyway. As you can see, not available in demos. One thing I also wanted to point out as well before we actually get on ahead is that in the retail version, you can't actually open these doors, but in the demo version, you can. Shit, you can actually go and... Whoa, that might be a thing I might have to do later on then. That might have to be a part 2. That's cheeky, that. I didn't know that. Okay, so let me... Shit, can I even do a... I can't do a quick save. Fuck, I might have to do something about that. Okay, I didn't know it was a proper level. Shit. Anyway, so... yeah, so you can't actually go into these, look. But anyway, enough fucking around. Let's actually go into the streets at night. As you can see, the texture is actually slightly to the right with the streets at night. I've just noticed that. Okay, so yet again, there should be an eye with the menu when you're selecting the monster. I honestly didn't know there was a level for another level for the demo actually. Funny thing is that you actually have to unlock that through going through the actual game in the retail version. So I probably won't be looking at that, but I might do in the future. Okay, so anyway, let's carry on. There isn't a lot of differences with the ground level here of the city, from far as I can tell. There will be a few graphical changes, I will say. I will point out. And also there's a bit of gameplay actually. Actually, yeah, there is a little bit of a gameplay change in this level as well, which I'll show you in a bit as well. So let me just go ahead and just get all this shit. There's another beta bag of calories in. It's very weird indeed. Okay, so break that. Okay, so one of the things you'll see and you'll notice as well is that the lights have, well, 2 of them anyway, have grey lines above them. I won't show a splash screen of this because I'm pretty sure you can find out, but basically they're not supposed to be there. Basically the cutting out of the lights was a little bit lazy. Like I said before, I think this demo was rushed out, I think, onto the kiosk, I think. That's what I feel. I have a feeling that was the issue, maybe. it does seem correct in my eyes. Because, you know, why... I mean, honestly, I know... I mean, being a games tech student and being a, you know, an amateur games designer myself, you would... You know, you wouldn't actually let those kind of fucking things go, would you? Anyway, so let's grab all this stuff.
Booga 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 booga.
There you go. I love when he does the handstand. Okay, so the thing's now open. There's another thing on the street actually I forgot to point out, which I will show in a bit actually. Give me a sec. It's over here. The skybox in this level is slightly messed up. Very messed up indeed. Well, not very messed up, but it's slightly messed up. Okay, so the blue part is supposed to be across the actual part, the actual blankness there. It's not actually like that in this version, obviously. Anyway, let's quickly go ahead and get into the shop. I'll show a splash screen of this as well. Okay, so the floor is actually supposed to be tiled in the retail version, and the I think that's the only difference between this shop and the fuck off kid and the demo version.
Booga 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 booga. Booga 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 booga.
There you go. There we go.
Ouch!
Fuck you, cheeky bastard.
Ow! Ooh, ow! Ow! Ooh, ow!
I don't know why rubbing your tummy and tapping your head is scary. I just noticed that. Sorry.
Not bad for a guy with one eye.
Okay, so now the thing's open. I'll tell you one thing, the portals are a little bit different in the retail version as well. Okay, so the hallway is different in the retail version. It's actually a lot more detailed. You'll see that as well, that in the splash screen of the retail version, the levels are a lot more detailed, and that would make sense because as I said before, I have a feeling that this game is rushed. There we go. This floor's supposed to be tiled as well. I'll show you a splash screen of that. There's going to be a lot of splash screens. Okay, now we're outside. Okay. Let me just grab all this. Okay, so one thing I will point out is that there's actually supposed to be a building here in the retail version. And there is. This walkway as well is a lot more larger in the retail version. I think the reason being is because it's actually very hard to get across, and it's actually very hard with my fucking third-party controller. I'm using a red something. I'll have to look now. A turbo. No, yeah, Logitech controller. Now, there is one thing I will point out, which actually really baffled me when I was going through this for the third time, is that this trampoline up here, I'll show you, this trampoline actually is locked in the retail version, which is very strange. I couldn't quite understand it, so I couldn't actually get to the other kid, which is really, really weird. So at the end of the day, I couldn't actually get to this kid in the retail version, which I found really bizarre. So I only could get to the silver medal, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, so that's one of the main differences, is that the retail version, this trampoline is actually invisible. Besides that, there's a lot of differences around the rooftops, as far as I can tell. Break that. again, another bag of calories.
Booga 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 booga. Booga 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 booga. Ow! Ooh, ow! Ow! Ooh, ow! Ow! Oh, ow!
Holy fucking hurts himself. That was. Gotta be kidding me. Oh, what? I have to start from the fucking start again. Nah, you're right. Is there anything I missed out? No, there isn't. Okay. I don't think there is anyway. I'll have a look. But to be fair, that is really it. Actually saying that, I might take a splash screen of that. I don't think that's supposed to be down there. Yeah, I'll take a splash screen of that and show it to you guys later on. Oh, fucking hell. But yeah, I think that is really it for this beta, guys. Anyway, so yeah, like I said before, it's a lot of graphical changes with. There's a lot of graphical changes with this kiosk, and you'll see that in the upcoming videos I have for this game as well. Shit.
Not bad for a guy with one eye.
I think I actually jumped off the. Oh fuck, nearly did. Okay, there's the last kid. Alright, get you, kid. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of graphical changes with this level, a slight game change with this, and then the trampoline up there. Besides that, that is really it for this beta analysis. Oh shit, he's right there, isn't he? Get here. That's really it for this beta analysis guide. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Please comment, subscribe, help a lot. I will be going through all of these demos, hopefully. Not all of them, actually. I will be going for the ones that are more interesting. Twisted Metal isn't that interesting, to be fair. No changes whatsoever, really, in my eyes. But in the 1.18 kiosk demo, I will be showing the Spyro Year of the Dragon. Now that is very different. So as you can see, portal here. Show a last splash screen of the portal. The difference. The retail version is a lot more detailed and a less how do you say, less bold with its colours. There you go. So yeah, there you go. I got 3 stars. So yeah, that is really it for now, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this beta analysis. Comment, like, subscribe, help a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next video on this channel. If you want to go ahead and check my main channel. My main channel has some gameplays and let's plays and shit like that. So if you're into that, then go watch that. And also check out my other videos as well. I've done Half-Life 2, the leaked beta. I've done prototypes of Croc. That's quite a good one, actually. Go check that out. That's very fucking different. And all that good stuff. But anyway, so yeah, that is it for now, guys. Yeah, again, hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys later.